Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Susmita from Kantar, Aradhya, my colleague from Kantar, and our
Hi, I'm
client TVS Credit from TVS Credit, Pranav. Yeah. So in this era of AI, digital transformation, automation, we thought that the value of human-centric research is getting a bit overshadowed, or at the risk of being overshadowed. So therefore, we chose this case study, which is our finance with feelings, or your smile is our strength, where we wanted to showcase how an emotionally grounded, human-centric research can bring in very meaningful transformation in our organization. Yeah. So through this case study, we will showcase how it has reshaped TVS Credit's approach towards customer engagement program, and their importance towards customer satisfaction, and how it has opened future avenues for growth. Yeah. So next slide. And it has also, created a culture of listening, learning, and continuous improvement by keeping humans in the heart. Yeah. Next slide. Yeah. So TVS Credit has very widespread presence across semi-urban and rural India with their plethora of products. Okay, and they have because of the operational scale at which they operate, and it is very important for them. They engage with both end customers as well as channel partners. So satisfaction of both customers as well as channel partners is very critical to them. So therefore, they wanted to have a system, structured system through which they can monitor the satisfaction of these two groups of people and improve continuously. And that has led to this NPS study, which is Net Promoter Study. Yeah, I'm sure most of you must be doing Net Promoter Studies in some way or other. How we have done it differently in this one, which has led to this impactful outcome. So we did two things differently. One was the sampling. In this we used a behavior-based sampling. So from the database, what we did, we segregated the customers into various groups, and we represented them in the way they exist in the universe. Yeah. So, but this segregation has happened not only on demographics or geography. It is also based on their behavior, based on their journey, at which stage of the journey they are with TVS Credit. So like, whether customers have, some customers have contacted their customer care versus some have not. Some have been there with TVS Credit for a long time, and some are very recent entrants. Some are new to credit, some are already experienced with credit system. And similarly, if you look at, first time into TVS versus they have taken loans repeatedly from TVS. Like that, we have different customer segments. So what happened at the end of it, because we did this segregation, in fact, it has increased the confidence with the data. When finally we presented the data, the stakeholders could buy into the data. They realized what action they have to take for specific cohorts. So it became very useful for them. Another thing what we did, we blended this was a quantitative, large scale quantitative study. We blended the quantitative data into a qualitative kind of narrative also. We used a very in-depth probing so that, people at TVS Credit, they could empathize with what the customers are talking about. Yeah. So how we did that, we would show it to you. And therefore, we had selected this topic for the human mosaic part of it, because it is all about human. And yeah, so how the next slide? Yeah. So in terms of the probing, how we did the probing, was like in a quantitative survey, normally people ask like, you know, why you want to recommend or why you don't want to recommend, what else, that level, it is done at a very superficial level, whereas in this case we went beyond that. We probed it at a very much deeper layer, and we presented the data along with the verbatims. So, it was done at a very large scale from a quantitative survey, also qualitative in-depth interviews we could do. Yeah. So, and the most important part of it, you know, only generating insight is not enough, right? How it has been implemented, how TVS Credit took this one step further and implemented it, that was the most critical part of it. And therefore, the results were very tangible. You can see on many matrices they improved because of the action taken. And this is from the CMO Charandeep Singh, how he talked about this particular study. Yeah. So, now let us hear from Pranav, the horse's mouth, how they have done it and how they have got benefited out of it.
Thank you, Sushmita. So, building on the insights that you have got from the study. So, as a researcher who is sitting here, mostly what we look at, the most important aspect for any researcher is to look at the actionability and to get a tangible result from the insights. Then only the full circle of being a researcher will happen. So, when we look at the voice of customers, we see that there is a gap of the customer that they feel that we are priced at a premium compared to a competitor. But actually for that particular category, it is same as a norm, like there is no interest rate for a particular category called mobiles. So, we had introduced signages at dealer partner locations, so that education happens to the entire customers. Through that, we will be able to get good volumes of business, and we see that in our Q1 and also the ending of 2025 Q4 numbers in volumes and values. So, also when we look at the channel partners for a particular category like tractor loans, currently we had the EMI dates of the loans as set as 15th of every month. Through the insights, we got to know that, listening to our customers, we got to know that 15th is a difficult time. They won't be getting salaries or they won't be having that much of a cash at the mid of the month, because most of the expenses usually happens at the early of the month. So, we have as a company itself, we have changed, we have listened to the customers and changed to the first week of every month as the EMI dates for the customers. So, going beyond customers, which is the channel partners. So, channel partners, when I am looking at like for example, when you go to any store taking any category of mobile phones, two-wheelers, so there is like a lot of POSM, point of sale materials that is there in the store, right. So, we are, as a company, we have initiated pan-India presence of 100% POSM materials, so that we will get top of mind awareness and also improving the awareness to consideration bit. So, when I am looking at the brand health study, because of these actions, I see a improvement of 13% in the funnel itself. Also, the most important part is like why there was a delay to sanction any loan. So, for that we had improved service standards, we have introduced audit mechanism for channel partners, so that the repeated complaints from these dealers reduce as fast as possible, and we see that actionability also see from the partners that we had a word with in the next wave of survey as well. So, on the broader aspect, when I am looking at the insights, the key point that I want to focus here is the communication governance as a company that we have taken. So, when you see, like currently when you look at your WhatsApp, the repeated calls, sales calls that you get, I feel that we as a company have taken the right step towards communication governance, which is like limiting the kind of communication or unwanted promotional calls to the customers, because this is a truly kind of an industry first kind of an initiative that is taken from the TVS Credit end. And also there are other improvements that we have done, like for example, improving the usage of the app through post-education videos, how to use the app, field force training, personalized support through WhatsApp and chatbot to our customers. So when I'm looking at the channel partner front, here the key point that I want to look at is the rural horizontalization aspect of the company, wherein as a rural first company in the market, because we are present in tier 2, tier 3 cities, so there are a bit of a rural activations required when you compare to the urban markets. So for that, we have picked up like on-ground engagements to strengthen channel partner presence and build long-term trust, leading to increased footfalls and dispersal of repeat business. Also, we have introduced other checkpoints in the channel partner business, like for example, post-resolution health checkups. For example, a dealer partner is calling you and telling that there is an issue with them. After 15 days, we do reach out to them to ensure that whatever the issue has been resolved is not repetitive in nature, and it is ensuring that the complete and resolution takes place. So these are the numbers. When I'm looking at the average complaints per month or the dealer rating, we see a substantial improvement. Even when you look at the app awareness, we see an improvement of 30% of monthly active users in our app. The EMI flexibility, we see a lot of partner verbatims that we get in our touchpoint NPS and also the relationship NPS that we do. And also the other extension of research studies that we do within the company. Yeah.
So the point is that even simple researches, when it is done diligently and acted upon precisely, it can do magic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Happy to take any questions. Yes.
Hello. Thank you. So we have a question from the audience. And the first question is, how did the blend of quantitative scale and qualitative depth in survey design help TVS uncover both the what and the why behind consumer behavior, leading to more actionable insights?
The verbatims, like we showed earlier, we have captured it at multiple levels. It's not just at a superficial level. We also got into what exactly is the problem and how is it impacting their experience with the brand. So from there, we were able to get clear-cut verbatims to understand like what is the pain point. And when we finally looked at the overall open-ended scores, we got to realize that what are the issues and what are the exact issues within each of those touch points.
And also adding to that, like we are actually going from not only just going through the survey, we are actually having a structured approach wherein first we have to identify all the touch points from a structured point of view. From that focus point, we understood these are the kind of steps as a customer we have to walk that path as a researcher. So initially during the setup scale itself, we are doing the kind of like group discussion with the product teams itself to ensure that no such step is missed out. And if at all there are some bit of a probing required, we are intentionally keeping those additional probing to ensure that the lowest level of the topics are getting emerged through these insights.
Thank you. Would request the audience to keep pouring in their questions, please. In the meantime, I have one question. So you mentioned about respondents' behavior being one of the attributes in sample segregation. So can you speak a little more about that? How was that done?
Yeah. So respondent behavior in the sense, I gave that example also about people who have contacted the customer care versus who have not. You know, your level of satisfaction can vary. If they had a bad experience with interacting with the customer care, that can impact the NPS score. So that was one example. And another behavioral example could be, whether they are the first time credit takers or they already are experienced people. then their expectations and as well as the satisfaction will vary based on that.
Because we
like
are-
that, there are various.
Yeah, because we are
yeah.
ensuring that all the parameters of the credit space is getting mimicked in the sample itself.
sample
like,
itself.
Because we are new to credit, like if you look at the customer base itself, it's mostly new to credit customers. So we ensure that all the parameters are taken care during the sampling phase itself.
Yeah,
That-
and the people who say pay on time versus people who do not pay on time, their satisfaction can also vary. So that way we segregated the thing. And the point is we did not ask, it is not on a claimed level. We took the response from the database itself. So that was the difference.
Amazing. Thank you so much.